Narrator: Hey there, tech-savvy friends. Today we're going to dive into a fascinating concept in the world of data analysis: weighting an average to minimize variance. We'll break it down step by step and use some real-world analogies so you can easily understand this complex topic. Are you ready? Let's get started. Narrator: Imagine you have two friends, one who lives in a big city where everything is super expensive, while the other lives in a small town where everything is pretty cheap. You know they both buy similar things, so you wonder what's their average spending on everyday items? The problem is that they live in different environments with very different price levels. Now, let's break this down and understand how we can weight an average to make it more accurate. Narrator: First, we need to consider the variance or difference in prices between these two locations. To account for that, we assign a weight to each location based on its price level. In other words, if one place has higher prices, it gets a heavier weight. Narrator: Next, we calculate the average spending by multiplying the total spending in each location with its respective weight and then summing up all those weighted averages. This gives us an adjusted average that takes into account the differences in prices between locations. Narrator: But here's where it gets weird. The weight doesn't have to be based solely on price levels. It can also take into account other factors like population density, purchasing power, or even the availability of certain products. This allows us to create a more nuanced understanding of spending habits across different regions. Narrator: So there you have it. Weighting an average to minimize variance is a powerful tool in data analysis that can help us gain deeper insights into trends and behaviors. Are you intrigued by this concept? Stay tuned for our next video on how AI agents learn from their mistakes, or better yet, subscribe for weekly tech breakdowns. And now, let's spark some conversation. Would you trust an AI assistant with your daily tasks? Let us know in the comments below.